We are now, as a society, becoming more conscious about the things that we're consuming, the things that we're eating and putting into our bodies. But one thing we're not as vigilant on is what we're consuming with our minds. Welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life. This is a podcast that empowers you to become the best version of yourself by giving you easy to implement techniques so you can start taking back control of your life. If you get something from this episode, please share it with someone who you think would benefit, and I would also really appreciate it if you could leave me a rating or a review. I'm Sanj, and today we're going to be talking about the concept that your mind is actually like an empty glass and how you need to fill it. I mean, how many times have you sat there and you've thought to yourself, oh my gosh, all this negativity is going on around me. Everything's going badly. The world is falling apart. The reason you're thinking like that is because that's what you're consuming. That's the stuff you're allowing into your mind. Your mind is only going to take on whatever characteristics of the things you're feeding it. So if you're feeding it negativity, you'll actually notice that that's where your mind goes to more often. And it's also naturally inclined to move towards a negative. So you feeding it more negativity is just more further cementing belief that things are bad. But you need to actually realize that your mind is actually an empty glass. And so just like a glass, your mind will be influenced by what you pour into it. So things around you, whether it's good, bad, whatever you're feeding your mind, whatever you're filling it with, that's what's going to influence it. And some of the big things in our world at the moment that's influencing your mind are things like your media consumption, including the news, social media, and entertainment. All these things play a significant role in shaping your thoughts and shaping your beliefs. It will actually shape your world because what you watch, what you read, and what you listen to can either uplift you or bring you down. Also, your surroundings, the things around you. So your environment will actually include the people you're surrounding yourself with. That's a massive influence. It will also be the kind of relationships. It will also be where you're living. All these things will actually fill your mind, because if a lot of good things are happening around you, if you're surrounding yourself with the right people who are positive and supportive, you'll find that you're looking and you have that outlook on life because that's what the people around you are thinking and looking at. So you're going to try and fit in with that, and you will start to think like that naturally. But then again, if you surround yourself with negative influences, allow yourself to be taken down a negative path, it can leave you feeling drained and discouraged because all you're focusing on is the bad things going on around you. And then also the biggest thing is your self-talk. The way you talk to yourself internally, your inner dialogue, it contributes so much to what's in your mind. Whatever you're saying to yourself, your mind is listening, your subconscious is listening. So your negative self-talk, it can erode your self-esteem, it can hold you back, it can kill any confidence that you've got. Whereas positive self-talk, it can boost your confidence, it can boost your motivation, it can boost your resilience. When you're kind to yourself, it has such good effects on you. And so you need to start thinking and becoming more mindful. So you need to start thinking about what you're feeding your mind, what you're consuming. Because if it's actually shaping your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions, when you're mindful of the information that you're exposing yourself to, you can consciously choose to fill your minds with the right kind of things. You can choose to fill your mind with positivity, with inspiration, and with growth-oriented content. When you start to fill your mind with these things, you will be in such a good place. You will find that actually you're thinking better, you're taking better actions, and you're feeling less stressed because things are not falling around you. You're in charge, you're in control. Your life, you are no longer a passenger in your life, you're the driver. And so when you're consuming positive information, it nourishes your mind, it uplifts your spirits, it inspires you, motivates you, and it helps you see the world through a lens of possibility, through one of opportunity where things can go your way. Whereas on the other hand, when you're consuming negative information, watching the news 2-3 times a day, listening to it on your drive to and from work, what that will do is it will drain your energy, it will instill fear, instill anxiety, and it will leave you feeling overwhelmed and disheartened like the world's falling apart. So you need to be so conscious of what is going on in your mind, what you're feeding it, what you're actually doing. Take a step back and actually think to yourself, today, how many times did you read, listen to, or watch the news? How many times did you have a negative conversation with someone? How many times did you allow your negative self-talk to happen? When you start to see how much of this negativity you are naturally allowing into your life, you're going to start changing things. You're going to start looking at the way you are differently. And after, say, a week of cutting back on the news, cutting back on social media, cutting back on anything that makes you feel bad about yourself, you will start to notice a tremendous difference. You will notice such a significant change in 1 week because you will start speaking kinder to yourself. You'll start putting more positive things in your mind. Yeah, so if you want to become more self-aware about the information you're taking, start doing things like audit your media consumption. Yeah, takes note of how much media you're consuming, whether it be the news, social media, and just think, what actual impact is it having on your mindset? If you're sitting there watching all these news articles on the news, and then you're reading them, and then you're on social media looking at them as well, why do you need to consume it 3 times? Consider limiting your exposure to negative news or social media that doesn't align with yourself. Social media can be really good. You can look for positive things, motivating things, growth orientated things to teach you. You could look at things that actually make you smile. So be very conscious about what you're taking in via media. The second thing is practice mindfulness. To be mindful, practice just being present and aware of what thoughts and your emotions are. Notice when you consume certain things, notice the effect it has on you. Whether it leaves you feeling excited, energized, or whether it leaves you feeling lethargic and drained. When you start to do that, you'll start to actually move and go towards that information that makes you feel better. Yeah. The next thing is curate your environment. Surround yourself with positivity. Choose to spend time on things that support you, people that support you, that are uplifting and actually help create an environment around you that fosters positivity and growth. When you start to do this, you'll be surprised again at how much difference these small things make. The next thing is to engage in self-reflection. This can be hard because sitting there, taking time and actually being honest with yourself is not an easy thing to do. It means you're going to actually have to sit there and tell yourself things you don't want to hear. You're going to tell yourself things that you have been trying to ignore. When you engage in true self-reflection, it means uncovering those little hidden practices that you've tried and ignore, those little secrets that you haven't been wanting to come out, those little habits that you've kind of skirted over previously, which you know you need to get rid of. So engage in this self-reflection regularly and identify patterns where you can improve. Challenge your negative thought patterns. Replace them with more empowering ones, which will leave you feeling happier. And the final thing is to actually choose more positive inputs. Seek out sources of information or media that inspire you, things that motivate you and help you with personal development. Pick up a book. Listen to podcasts, attend workshops, do things that align with your goals and your aspirations. You are the master of your destiny. You are the master of your mindset. But you need to start taking back control. You need to be in charge of it. You need to make sure that you are on top of it, making sure you are conscious of what you're feeding your mind, how you're treating your mindset. If there's something you don't like, you need to make sure that you're changing it. So reflect on what you're pouring into your mind and think about, are you filling that glass with positivity, inspiration and growth? Or are you allowing yourself to fill it up with negativity and fear and allowing that to seep in your mind and reality? Your mind is a powerful tool, but it will only shape your reality in the way you feed it. So make sure that you choose wisely about the information you're consuming. Make sure you're intentional about the things that you're actually consuming. So keep filling your mind with positivity and see what difference it makes when your mindset becomes more positive, and watch your life transform. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. When you master it, you'll master your life. My mission is to make a positive impact on this world, and I sincerely hope you can help me do this by liking, by following, and by sharing this podcast with others. So until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep mastering your mindset to master your life. Thank you.